Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you your favorite drugstore makeup right now. In my last video that I did where I asked you guys to contribute, I asked like, what is your holy grail, can't live without drugstore makeup product? And did a full face of those, so I will link that down below if you haven't seen that. This one is more of like a monthly favorites, like what is a current go-to? Maybe it's not always been a holy grail, but you are currently loving this product. So you guys really seem to enjoy seeing each other's favorites, so I wanted to do kind of another take on that same idea. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you some of my most common responses. If you're not following me on Instagram, that's where I kind of do these polls. My Instagram handle is always linked down below if you want to follow me there so you can participate. But if you are new here, hello, my name is Taylor, and this is a channel where we talk about all affordable beauty. I talk about skincare, hair care, makeup, and pretty much all from the drugstore. We also talk a lot about new releases and drugstore best of roundups. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into your current drugstore favorites. All right, this first product is a primer, and this was by far the most common response, and it is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. You guys know I love this stuff. It is incredible, lives up to the hype. Unfortunately, because it is expensive, the full tube of it is $17. I got the kind of trial size. I think this is like $7 just to make sure I liked it before I spent the money on the $17 one, but when this runs out, I definitely will be purchasing the full size one. So if you have not yet tried this, it really is so good. It's super hydrating and it makes your makeup just go on so much smoother. I wouldn't say it's only for dry skin or only for normal skin. I think people with oily skin could get a lot out of this as well. It's just like putting down a small layer of spackle before you paint. So that's kind of how I think of this product and how I think of good primers in general. For the base product, I was a little bit surprised that this was my by far most common response, and it is the new Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I reviewed this when it came out, I think last month, and I really liked it, but I wasn't super blown away by it. And honestly, I haven't used it since, so I want to use it again. This has hyaluronic acid and squalene oil, so I would say this is more for normal to drier skin. If you have oily skin and you enjoy this product, let me know down in the comments below. Do you see the shine it's giving my skin? Really super hydrating. And I'm just using my e.l.f. Retro Paradise brush to apply this. There have just been so many skin releases lately, especially like tinted moisturizers and lighter weight products. I think it's really telling that this one was the one that was by far the most talked about because there's a lot of options out there right now. And I'm really liking how dewy this is making my skin look. And I like that it's oil-free, non-irritating to the skin. The only thing I wish is that it did have some sort of a small SPF. I am wearing an SPF before I went in with my makeup at all. I always put on an SPF, but it is nice to then go in with another SPF in case you're disturbing the one you already have on your face. But I am really impressed by the glowiness and the sheen that this is giving my skin. So if you're looking for like a glowy, hydrating product, I think this is really good. All right, next up is a concealer, and I'm ripping off the tag right now because I had to go buy this. I did not have this in my collection. I got this a couple of times and it's something I've never tried, so I was really curious about it. It's the Almay Skin Perfector Comfort Concealer, and it's a stick concealer, which I don't typically go for, but if you guys say it's good, I trust you. So like I said, this is the Almay Skin Perfecting Comfort Concealer. It comes in like a lipstick tube almost. I got the shade 140, which is light to medium. So we'll see if this is a good shade choice. Glides on really smoothly, and my eye area is really well hydrated. I put a lot of hydrating products on before I go in with my makeup just to make things go on more smoothly. And so I feel like this is just gliding right on top of those products. And this shade, it seems to be working. It's not gonna be super brightening. If I wanted a really brightening shade, I probably would have needed to go with the shade light. But just for every day when I'm not trying to create a highlighted effect, I feel like this is a really good shade choice. Wow, look at that. That just blended out so beautifully. My concern with stick concealers is that they sometimes can be pretty drying, but that is not the case with this one. It's just blending right in. It has kind of a semi-matte finish, I would say, but on top of the hydrating ingredients that I had already laid down, I feel like it's a really nice finish. So I've never tried this and I am really impressed by it. I'd say if you have a lot you want to cover, this may not do the trick. It's not super full coverage, but for an everyday face where you just want to use your fingers, have it be nice and quick, maybe throw it in your purse to touch up throughout the day, I think this is an amazing product, at least my first impression of it. I didn't get any powder recommendations, so I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Halo Glow powder just because I don't want to lose the luminosity that I have. I'm gonna use my Sonia Kashuk small point blush brush. Does anyone else just completely ignore what brushes say that they're used for? So even set with a powder, my under eyes still don't look dry at all. I think that's props to the concealer, but also props to this amazing powder. All right, so far so good. I think I'm just gonna continue using this brush for bronzer as well. This is another one I had to go out and buy. I didn't have it in my collection, but I know I've tried it before, so I don't know what happened to it, but it's been a long time. So this is the Wet n Wild ColorIcon bronzer in Ticket to Brazil. This has this beautiful sheen to it as well. I'm just gonna swirl my brush in there generously and go right in. So I feel like on my skin tone, I'm gonna need to build this up quite a bit. It's almost more of like a blush on me. Kind of reminds me actually of the Burt's Bees blush that I love so much, Toasted Cinnamon, but I don't know that it's gonna be enough of a bronze for my skin tone. If you have a lighter skin tone than me, this might be the perfect shade for you. It's a really pretty formula, but like I said, I don't think this is gonna be deep enough for me. I'm gonna layer on my number 7 bronzer. This is in the shade Caramel. Just to, there you go, you can see that a lot more clearly, just to give my skin the actual sun-kissed look. Alrighty, we are bronzed. Next up is a blush, and I have not used this blush since I reviewed it, and it has been almost a year, I think, since I reviewed it. And it's the Age Perfect blush. And I love the color of this blush. I remember really liking it when I tested it, but I'm just always testing new stuff, and sometimes things just get buried in my makeup organizer. That's what I love about making these videos. It kind of forces me to go back into my makeup collection and pull out things that I maybe otherwise would have just sat in the back of my drawer. This is a really pretty color. It's really understated. If you don't like a super pinky blush, I feel like this is a nice berry toned, bronzy almost blush. It goes really well with the bronzer that I applied beforehand, and it's very buildable. It's not going to go on incredibly pigmented the first time you apply it, but you can build it up as much as you want. I'm always gravitating toward really peachy blushes, and I feel like this is something different, but still super flattering on my skin tone. All right, and next up for highlighter, the most common response was this Revlon SkinLights. I have mine in the shade Daybreak, and it's honestly been a while since I've used the powder. I am obsessed with the liquid highlight from this line, but I don't reach for this powder as often. Holy smokes. There is some glow there. So freaking pretty. I feel like this is so high-end feeling, but look at that shine. I feel like between the tinted moisturizer, the glowy e.l.f. powder, and this highlighter, we are looking dewy and glowy and healthy. All right, next up for brows. I actually started on my brows before I remembered that I bought a product for this video for my brows. So I'm gonna finish them off with this product. And I've used it once before because I was too excited. I couldn't wait for the video to try it, and I loved it. And it's the Joah Beauty Brow Down to Me brow pencil. After trying the Joah Beauty face palette, that was the first product I had ever tried from Joah Beauty, and their lip glosses, I was like, I need to go expand my Joah Beauty horizon. So when I asked you guys on Instagram what your go-tos were, I was scanning all of the answers looking for someone to say something about Joah Beauty because I'm looking for an excuse to go buy something else. And more than one of you said the brow pencil, and I can totally see why. This is so good. I got mine in the shade medium brown, and it has this super micro pencil and a really good spoolie to blend. So another win by Joah Beauty. In my video where I tested that palette and those glosses, I had a lot of you recommend the primer. So I feel like that needs to be my next Joah Beauty purchase. All right, next up is the eyeshadow palette that you guys recommended. I tried to find one that I hadn't tried before, and I'm opening it right now. I haven't tried this before I went and bought it for this video. This is the Revlon So Fierce Prismatic palette. I think the reason that I did not go out and buy this is because of the price tag. I think it's $10. And when I look at this and then I look at the 4-pan e.l.f. bite-size shadows, I'm like, do I want to spend $10 or do I want to spend $3? However, I will say that this pan size is significantly larger and these shadows look incredible. So I'm glad that you guys told me to go out and get it because I'm really excited to try it. I got the color palette that's a dub. It's been a while since I got just a super neutral eyeshadow palette. I feel like I've been playing with a lot of super colorful ones, so I wanted to go neutral this time. I think I'm going to take this bronzy shade on my Unit 202 brush and just put this all over the lid and see how that looks. Ooh, that is so pretty. I feel like without even doing this on purpose, just taking your recommendations, this is turning into like a bronzy, summery, glowy look, which I am here for. Wow. Okay, this is one of those shimmery eyeshadows that almost changes as you blend it into a matte eyeshadow, if you know what I'm talking about. It's not a super glittery eyeshadow that you have to kind of stay on your lid with. I feel like you could do a one eyeshadow look with this color specifically, because as I blend it out through the crease, it almost looks like I'm wearing a different color through my crease than on my lid, and I love eyeshadows like that. I am obsessed with this color. You will be seeing me on Instagram stories with this eyeshadow on probably for the next month because oh my goodness, this is stunning. Thank you for making me go bite the bullet and buy this because I'm blown away. Okay, and I think I'm going to take some of this champagne color right next to it, just kind of in the inner part of my lid, because I want to use more than one shade. Because I'm really happy with the way that that eyeshadow looks all on its own, honestly, but I want to use more than one shade in this look. That just adds like this wetness to the lid and brightens it up. Oh, I am obsessed, you guys. Why did I not try this sooner? Shocked by this one. This happens in every single one of these videos that I do. There's always a product that I try where I'm like, where have I been? Why is this so good? All right, now I'm gonna take that bronzy shade that we started with and put that on my lower lash line as well. I feel like I need to go somewhere. It's just like a casual rainy Wednesday. All the baby sharks and stuffed animals in the playroom, I mean, they are going to be blown away by this eyeshadow, let me just tell you. All right, and then the next recommendation that I got from you guys was the Air Volume Mega Mascara. Somebody said that this is their current go-to, can't live without mascara. And I remember trying this a while ago and not loving it, but I'm gonna learn from my mistakes and rub off the excess of this mascara because I remember it being pretty clumpy on me. So I think this comes down to preference on what you want out of a mascara. I feel like rubbing off the excess definitely helped with the clumpy issue. I feel like less is more with this formula because it is so kind of thick and dry, which is typically what I go for, but this one was even thicker than the Lash Paradise one, which that can be a little bit clump prone. But yeah, I feel like only using a little bit of this makes it a lot more manageable. It's going on really nicely. I feel like if you're okay with really wiping off as much product as you can before going in and applying it, you can get this to look really nice. I hate clumps and any sort of clumpy mascara you run from. I don't think you're gonna like this, but if clumps don't really bother you and you're willing to take a few clumps for volume, or you love Lash Paradise and you're like, I could go even clumpier than that, I feel like this really is nice. It just comes down to preference, I think. All right, and then last but not least is a lip product that I've never tried before. I went out and bought it for this video. It's from Pixi, and this is called Nature Lip. I got the shade Pecan. This packaging is really cute. It's like bright green. Ooh, and this color looks totally up my alley. I'm gonna quickly go in with a little bit of liner. Right now I'm just gonna apply this. Ooh. I thought this was gonna be like a chapstick, but it's like a lipstick. I almost feel like there's a top layer that I need to get off. I feel like I have to be doing something wrong. Let me just show you if I swatch this on my arm. Nothing is coming off of the tube. Okay, I feel like I got a bad one. I'm gonna need to take this back and exchange it because I feel like I just got a bad tube because literally nothing was coming off. So let's just go ahead and finish this look off with the Milky Way Joah lip gloss that I have been obsessed with. I feel like this kind of complements the bronzy summer look that we ended up with here. Oh, such a pretty color. All right, and that is the finished look curated by you guys. So thank you so much for these recommendations. I feel like the products I was most blown away by were, I mean, are we surprised? This eyeshadow palette is so pretty. This bronzy shade, I would pay $10 for this bronzy shade. I'm gonna wear this literally all summer. I'm glad that I gave this one another go. I'm really happy with the way that my skin looks. It looks really hydrated and healthy. And I think paired with this concealer, it's like a really nice everyday, throw it on, apply with your hands, like an undone look. Last but not least, I would say this Joah brow pencil blew me away. So thank you guys so much for getting me to dig back through my makeup collection, for recommending such amazing products. Give this video a thumbs up if you like these sort of interactive videos with you guys, and I will definitely do more of them. Don't forget to click that subscribe button while you're here, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.